Hello you guys, and welcome to my post-Disney vacation Q&A. I had lots of questions from you guys, and so instead of just responding to DMs, I figured it would be a little bit easier if I just filmed a video and shared it. That way I could answer it for a lot of people. So let's jump into all of the questions because I have a lot. If you are new here, my name is Ashley and my channel is called Pixie Dusted Mom. And if you aren't already subscribed, I feel like this is more of a subscriber video, but if you aren't, go ahead and click the red subscribe button. I am all the time sharing tips, tricks, and hacks to taking toddlers to Disney, traveling with a baby, as well as our Disney vlog adventures along the way. So you're gonna want to stick around for that. And if you enjoy the video, be sure to click the thumbs up button down below. It really does help to support the channel. And let's get into all the questions. Whew. Okay, so I have about 50 questions and I don't know that I can get to all of them. So this may end up being a two-part thing. I may like split them into like 25 and 25. We will see, but I'm just going to dive right in and we're gonna get started. So the first question I have is, what is going through airport security like with a bunch of littles and a bunch of bags? Okay, so it wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. It went really well. We have a system of as soon as we like roll up to where we can start putting things on the conveyor belt, I unload anything we had sitting in the stroller, anything I'm wearing, go ahead and get that all set, and then I pull the girls out of the stroller. I have Bella on my hip because she's not walking yet, and then Lucy holds my hand, and we will go over and go through the metal detector. The security TSA agents, they will take the stroller and obviously they will screen it and scan it and do all the things, and then they will bring it around to me. While I'm waiting on the stroller, I will go ahead to the other side, start putting my shoes back on and grabbing any jackets or getting like Bella's pacifier back for her and just all the little things like that. Start going ahead and grabbing the diaper bag and just kind of consolidating bins and putting things back where they go. So that is how it works for us. My husband usually goes through and he is in charge of the computer and her tablet, and we have all of that in one bag, and so he's in charge of taking all of that out and then putting all of that back and kind of resetting. So that was what really worked for us, and it was oddly smooth. Like, we didn't have any issues. They didn't have to open any of our bags, so it went really well. And that was from Nashville as well as MCO. So we had great security, like knock on wood somewhere. We had great experiences this time, so hopefully that means things are looking up, or maybe we were just traveling in September. I don't know. Okay, next question is best shoes for the parks. So this varies for me. Sometimes I like my tennis shoes and sometimes I like my sandals. So I will link some of the different ones that I like to wear to the parks in the description box below for you guys to check out. But for me, I can usually do like quite a few hours in sandals, so I'll do like half the day in sandals and maybe half the day in tennis shoes. And also, pro tip for tennis shoes, I have some that I can wear them all day long here and I never get a single like blister or hot spot or anything like that. But as soon as I wear them to Disney, I can have them on for 5 minutes in Florida, and I don't know what it is. I guess maybe it's the extra humidity, maybe, I don't know. But I will instantly start getting like red and raw and being like worn blisters and all of that stuff. So yeah, I have been using what's called moleskin, and I will link it in the description box below. You need some of this. It is amazing. If you're getting any hot spots, you can just cut like strips of it or whatever shapes or whatever you need and be able to put it there. And I will put it on my heels. Like, I still have like sticky residue that I'm trying to get off from it, but it is amazing for keeping and saving your heels. Like, it's literally the only thing that saved my heels on this past trip. Next question is, where's the best place to buy Disney tees and ears? I really like Etsy. There are lots of great Instagram shops that you can find, and I will link a couple of my favorites in the description box below for you guys as well. But that is one of the places I like to do, is Etsy, and there you can find some good ones on Amazon, but to me they're pretty basic and they're a little pricier for being basic. Like, everybody has the t-shirt, you know what I mean? Like, you see it, it's very common. And then another place I really like is Target. Again, it's a little more basic, but they are a little more on the affordable side. Usually their t-shirts for like women's shirts run around $12 to $15, and like every few weeks they are running a Target like circle coupon, so you can get like 10%, 15%, whatever off of the shirts. So that's another great place that I I really like. What time do you need to reserve your lightning lane? Okay, so lightning lanes start at 7 a.m. for Genie Plus. And I'm going to do a complete guide to this. I actually filmed it on the trip, so that video is coming. It's just going to be in a couple weeks because I'm starting this whole like Disney Basics How to Plan a Vacation series, and I'm really excited about it, and booking Genie Plus and a guide to Genie Plus is part of that. So yeah, all of that is coming, but quick answer for that is if you're doing Genie Plus, you need to reserve your first lightning lane at 7 a.m. And then if you are doing individual lightning lanes and you're staying on property, you can reserve those at 7 a.m. There as well. And then if you're staying off property, I believe it's at park open. So anyone who stays off property and knows the answer to that question, you can drop that in the comments below and help me out. But I'm pretty sure it is at park open. So you do have that little advantage of getting the jump start on individual lightning lanes if you're wanting those, if you're staying on property. And I'm sorry for my voice. I know it sounds terrible. I literally lost it screaming on Yeti, like Expedition Everest. I felt it too. Like I literally felt when I screamed, it just like something in there happened. So this is the voice I'm working with. So this is the voice I'm filming with. So I apologize if I sound really weird to you guys. Next question is, since you were DVC, do you split your points to be able to go 2 times a year? Unfortunately, we do not have enough points to cover 2 times a year. Ours covers about a week, and that's in the fall. That's like when we like to use our points. It's when they go the furthest, basically. The other trips that we take, we rent those through like David's DVC, or we use and stay like at an actual Disney resort, or whatever that case is. Now with this trip, it was with a 2-bedroom with extended family, so we did rent those points from someone else, and so that's how we were able to have the ability to stay in a 2-bedroom, is because of that, because I do not have enough points for a 2-bedroom. I wish I did, but we do not. Next question is, how do you and the kids stay dry on rainy days? So I try to leave them, like when we're moving about the park, in their stroller under the rain cover. That way they can stay dry. I will take a rain jacket, although I'm in the market for a new rain jacket. You'll see this in the vlog later on, but my rain jacket started getting wet on the lining because I hadn't zipped it up, I guess. And so it literally was leaching the dye from the lining of my rain jacket onto my shirt and my crossbody bag and everything. So rabbit trail there. Needless to say, I'm in the market for a new rain jacket. But the girls, Lucy had a little poncho that I got on Amazon. It was really cheap, but it was really, really nice. So I will link it in the description box below. And then Bella just has a little hand-me-down rain jacket. It was actually the rain jacket I got for Lucy's first trip, so she got to wear it too. But that's how we do that and keep them dry. And then I will also carry an umbrella. And if it's not too windy, I will use it. Some cases it is just way too windy and it's just insane. And so I don't want my umbrella broken, so I just tough it out with just my rain jacket and my hood up. But yeah, I do take that as well. Do you recommend carrying a cooler to carry on for food/snacks during the flight? I try to avoid that because then you have to deal with ice packs and all of that kind of stuff. So I personally don't take cold snacks onto the plane. I try to do like yogurt pouches that don't need to be refrigerated or kept cool, or little like finger snacks, snack bars, granola bars, things like that. Like baby food pouches that don't need to be kept cool, that sort of thing. That is what I try to focus on. That way it just simplifies that whole airport process. On this trip, we actually took our little Petunia Pickle Bottom Pixel, and it's like a cooler basically, and we would put a bottle of water into the freezer section, and I would use that as my ice pack basically, and then would drop their snack cups with like grapes and things like that in there, and we would take those to the parks. That way they would have something like hydrating and refreshing. But other than that, that's the only time we used a cooler bag. But you can definitely do that. Just keep in mind when you're going through security, the ice packs need to be frozen solid. If they are melting and liquid, they can confiscate them or just it's an extra hassle. So that's part of the reason I don't do that. Next question is, can you show how you load/organize your stroller for a full day out? Okay, so I will link my previous stroller setup video in the description box below, but I also have another one that I filmed on the trip in the parks. And so I will have that one coming here in a few weeks, but I will definitely be sharing that one. But if you want something in the meantime of how I set up my stroller, you can check that one out. Next one is afternoon naps this trip versus last with the distance to your resort this time. Yeah, okay, so we'll get into all the details of Animal Kingdom Lodge in a full review video, but it was definitely a lot farther, and it took up a lot more time out of our day to go back and rest, where like when we stayed on the monorail last time, we were very easily able to go back and do naps, and it wasn't a big deal, and we took maybe 2.5, maybe 3 hours to like go back and nap and do the whole thing of traveling to the resort and then back, and the time at the resort and their napping and all that. So it didn't take as long, but this trip, obviously, we had a very long bus ride to whatever park we were at and then back. And so like with Epcot and Magic Kingdom, we ended up going back to the room, but on our Hollywood Studios day, we skipped it and just stayed in the park and just toughed it out and let Bella take a stroller nap and just kind of do those sorts of things so that we wouldn't have to fight the buses back and just the whole thing. Because by that, it was our last day. We were like, I'm tired of taking this extra long bus ride. I just don't want to do that. I don't have the energy to get on a bus to ride back and then come back. And so needless to say, this time it took probably 4 to 5 hours out of our day going back. It was the best decision for our girls because it's the only way that my toddler Lucy, who is 3, will nap. But it just, yeah, that's where it was. All right, you guys, a quick little break from the Q&A to open Lucy's new package. And I also wanted to say a big thank you to you guys for all of the love and support, because I wouldn't have the opportunity to work with amazing sponsors like Lovevery if it weren't for you guys watching, liking, subscribing, commenting, and just supporting my family using our links and just all the many ways that you do. This is literally my job because of you guys. And so I love getting to do this and share this with you guys. So thank you. And also thank you to Lovevery for reaching out and wanting to collaborate and sponsor another video. So let's jump into this little box.
Is that my clock? It's my buddies.
All right, you guys, so keeping up with all of the learning developments and milestones and things that your kids are supposed to be doing can be really tough. And so that is one of the reasons I love these play kits. It's because picking out toys and knowing, okay, what toys are great for a 1-year-old? What's good for a 2-year-old? What should my 3-year-old be learning? What is going to interest them? Lovevery has put in the time and the science and everything to know exactly what they're supposed to be doing. And so for me as a mom, I appreciate that so much because they've put in the time so I don't have to. And that is so incredibly helpful. And one of my favorite things about the play kits, I mean, obviously my girls love the toys, but I love the little parent books that come with these. It gives me ideas on how to play with them and different activities that we can do, and all of these little nuggets of wisdom for their age and the exact phase that they're in, and knowing exactly what leaps and developmental milestones that they should be hitting. And so I appreciate that so much. So if you are wanting to check these out, get them for your little ones or as a gift for someone else that you know in your life that would really enjoy these, I will have my link in the description box below for you guys to check out. And thank you so much again to Lovevery for sponsoring today's video. Favorite resort you stayed at? Hands down, Grand Floridian. That one's easy. Next one is Epcot worth going with a 1-year-old? And I would say yes. I'm not the biggest Epcot fan, but if your little one is into Ratatouille or Frozen or Nemo, then it's great because it does have those attractions. But there are so many character meet and greets, you guys. You could literally spend all day just going around and meeting characters, and that'd be your entire day. Like, you could seriously do that because there's so many. We met on one of our Epcot days. Excuse me, you guys. Sorry, this voice. But we met 7 or 8 different characters in one day. Like, it was insane the amount of characters that we got to see. So, and that wasn't even all of them. There were quite a few princesses that we didn't get to see, and so yeah, I would say yes, and it would be a lot of fun. They'll probably love the seas with Nemo and being able to kind of check that out. So I would say yes, I would do Epcot with a 1-year-old. Best part about this trip, worst part. Ooh, okay. Best part of the trip, obviously being there and just seeing the new experiences with the girls, and every trip is so different. Like, even though we just went in June and we went back in September and it was only like 2.5 whatever months in between, they were completely different. Like, Lucy was on a whole nother level of wanting to meet characters and give them hugs and the things that she wanted to experience and do and her opinions on things. Like, it's so different. And then with Bella, she was obviously way more interactive and like throwing her hands up on the rides because she saw everybody else doing it, and it was the sweetest. So yeah, that was the best part, is just experiencing a new phase of Disney with them, because it's amazing. And then worst part, I'm gonna say, is our transportation back and forth from the resort to the parks. It was just, the bus rides were really long, you guys. So it was one of those, it took a lot of time. And we've stayed at far out resorts before. We've stayed at quite a few other resorts. We don't always stay monorail. So it's not like that's something we're accustomed to. But yeah, that was probably the worst part, is all of the mini bus rides that we had to take. Favorite small shops for clothes and ears, and so I answered that one a bit earlier. I will do that. What's the top 3 rides for in each park, ages 4 and under? Oh, okay, so that's like a video basically. Like, yeah, I will make that into a video. Our favorite in Magic Kingdom is Teacups. Our girls love Teacups, both of them. They smile and love it so much. And then at Epcot, we really like Remy's. That's our favorite. At Animal Kingdom, it would be what we call Dino Dumbo. That's what my toddler calls it. It's the little dinosaur ride over in Dino Land, USA. And so that one we really like. And then at Hollywood Studios, Toy Story Mania. Hands down, Toy Story Mania. That one is amazing. Whether your kids are like able to like pull the little string and like shoot in the arcade games and things on that ride, they will have so much fun, like just being slung around and seeing their favorite Toy Story characters. So yeah, those are my top 4, but again, we'll make a video out of that. September crowds, weather, did you use DVC for this trip? I didn't use my DVC, but we did rent DVC points for that. The weather was nice there. It rained every day. Every afternoon it rained. So factor that into if you're going to go in September. Know that around like 2 to 8 it may rain off and on, so be prepared for that. Going into that, like mentally prepared for rain and knowing that I'm gonna need my rain cover, I'm gonna need my jacket, I'm gonna need my umbrella. All of those things will make your day a lot smoother so that you're not getting rained on your parade basically. As well as do any of your super important things in the morning. We had no rain any of the mornings that we were there, so we tried to do all of the important things, the outdoor attractions, stuff like that, the bulk of that in the morning, so that if it were to rain, it doesn't like ruin the day, so that we couldn't do those attractions. So hope that helped. And then for crowds, I felt like they were really good. There were definitely a couple of days that were busier than others, but like especially weekends, but weekdays were amazing and we really enjoyed them. And a lot of the days I could have even done without Genie Plus for some of the attractions and things that we wanted to do. So yeah, that one was really great. This one is, can I get from Art of Animation to Disney Springs? If so, what's the quickest way? So the one and only free way with Disney transportation that you can get from Art of Animation to Springs is to use the Disney bus system. So you will need to take the bus at your bus stop to Disney Springs, and then you can take the bus back to Art of Animation. That one's totally free. The fastest one will probably be a minivan if you wanted to do that route. It does cost, and the price fluctuates. I priced price them out sometimes. And this time on our trip, they were hovering between $40 and $50 each way. So definitely a little bit more on the expensive side than on our previous trips and times that we've used them. But yeah, that would be probably the quickest way. But Disney buses, being at Art of Animation, it'll be a bit closer, so it won't take you quite as long as like from us going from Animal Kingdom over there. But yeah, that one is one way that you can do that. Let's see, top 3 snacks for 4 and under. Okay, so I'm assuming you mean Disney snacks, like there that you can purchase, but then I don't know, you may be meaning, you have to let me know in the comment section if you want to know like other snacks, like snacks you buy and take it. But for our favorite Disney like snacks, meals, number 1 is Sleepy Hollow. Get the Nutella fruit waffle. And what I like to do is I've literally got a reel that I'm going to share about this, but I order everything on the side. You can order the fruit on the side, the hazelnut spread on the side, and so then you can just cut the Nutella waffle into strips. And so like with us, both of my girls love waffle. My youngest is still like, we're doing the whole baby led weaning thing, so cutting them into like finger strips, and she's able to just gnaw on that waffle. And then we have a side of fruit, and my toddler eats that, and it's already cut up. If I need to cut it up a little bit more so there's no choking hazards for Bella, I can do that, and she can have some fruit. And so that is one of our hands down favorite snacks for them there. And so you get a little bit of a carb, you get some fruit, and so yeah, you can do that. That is one of our favorites. And then another snack that we really like, the girls love cinnamon rolls. I know that's not healthy, I know it's not ideal, but they enjoy it, so, and they will eat it. And so sometimes it's about what they'll eat and not like perfect world, okay, this is the healthiest option. They really like cinnamon rolls, and you can get those at all 4 of the parks. And then the third snack that I really like are Mickey bars or Mickey sandwiches. Like, again, I know it's not healthy, so it's probably not the answer you were looking for, but it's one of those, it's kind of a rite of passage. It's fun, and we don't do it every day, we don't do it all the time, but it is a treat that we like to enjoy with the girls, and they both really like them. So it's nice and it's cool and refreshing. So yeah, that's one that we really enjoy. All right, I think I have time for 2 more questions. So this one is, my mother-in-law insists you have to pay extra for rope drop. That's not right, is it? No, you do not have to pay extra for rope drop. So rope drop is basically just showing up earlier than the parks open. And so being in line for that and being ready, that way when they literally drop the rope, then you can head off and be earlier in the line for your attractions. And so that one is that, or you can rope drop early entry. That's what we do. We stay on property, so we do get the perk of having early entry. So we will be there anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour before early entry starts, so that we are closer to the front of the line and can move on, because the sooner you can get on those attractions, the more you can knock out before the day gets too busy. So highly recommend rope dropping early entry, or rope drop if you were just a off-site guest, if you're staying in an Airbnb, a different hotel, whatever. And so it will help you move through your day so much. So yeah, definitely recommend rope drop, and no, it does not cost extra. Last question for this video is, how was it doing fireworks with an almost 1-year-old? So that one, she loved it. She loved fireworks on our June trip, and again, she loved them on this particular trip. And so if you're on the fence about doing fireworks with your little one, I would try it. My suggestion would be, if you are watching them for the first time and you don't want to be like right in the thick of a crowd in case they do absolutely hate it and just freak out or lose it or can't handle it or just way too overwhelmed, I would watch it for more of an outer skirt area. So maybe back towards like Casey's, or on Main Street, but like on the side of the street. That way you can just walk down the sidewalk and leave if they were to have a moment of, I can't handle this. But definitely do it and try it. There are so many times on this trip, and even others, that my girls really surprised me with the things that they liked, and things that I thought they would be scared of or wouldn't enjoy. They've really enjoyed it. And so let your kids surprise you, because they most of the time will. So yeah, that's gonna do it for today's video. Thank you again to Lovevery for sponsoring, and if you want to check out the play kits and anything else that they have to offer, I will have my link in the description box below for you to check out. But thank you again so much for being here, and I will see you next time. Bye, you guys.